Welcome back. Now, if you're struggling to cope in the kitchen, then our next recipe will surely make mealtime one less thing to worry about. This chicken ramen soup takes the stress out of dinner time, and it is ready in less than 30 minutes.
It's soup season, Pale, and I know you love your soups. I know you love your soup, so I decided that I'm going to make something that takes your love of soup and your love of noodles and your love of basically yonke mnandi and put it into one dish.
I love that. You know, it's so funny. Just before we started rolling, I actually said to Tumi, this looks like something I can take home for dinner. I'm not going to the shops. This is what I'm diving into.
Yeah, so we're about to make this dish. It's simple. I know you would love it. I know you enjoy it. And we're making a ramen noodle soup. So everyone else that doesn't know what ramen is, ama noodles, guys.
Yeah, it's noodles.
It's noodles. And we are basically just taking... The ramen noodles would normally be made from scratch if you were to buy it, obviously, in China, in Japan, and so forth. But we're going to be using our beloved 2-minute noodles. Whatever noodles you've got in your house, they take about 2-3 minutes to make.
Use them.
They're easy to add into this dish, and they're cost-effective. Your husband and a cost.
Listen, in our pantry, they are in abundance because our little son loves some noodles, but we always try and make it as nutritious as possible.
Yeah.
My mom says that all noodles are is just starch. So this is a nice way to elevate noodles, make them tasty, and make them healthy.
Perfect.
So in the pan, you've already gone in with your garlic.
Yeah.
You've gone with your ginger.
Yes.
You've gone with your soy sauce.
Yes.
And you've also gone in with your...
Mirin.
What? Mirin?
So mirin is a liquid that is normally used in Asian cooking. It's a sweetish liquid that you can use to sweeten up your dishes, just to add a touch of that. But if you don't have it, just brown sugar works perfectly fine.
Beautiful.
So the reason we're doing this is because we want to, in essence, flavor the liquid. So we want the actual stock. You can use any quality store-bought stock, but we basically want to infuse the flavor in the stock because everything else has its own flavor. We've already sautéed our mushrooms ahead of time, and we've also cooked our chicken ahead of time because, in essence, the flavor, most of that flavor is in this liquid here, which is the broth.
Yes. We've already ticking off some Asian flavors. We've got the umami flavors coming in with the mushrooms, but I know a lot of people also like to use miso soup.
Correct. So miso is a paste that's also normally used in Asian cooking, very salty. So if you are to use something like miso in your dish, make sure to taste, first of all, and also be very minimal. Rather start with a little and then add as you go versus going all the way in. Next thing you know, everything is salty, so we don't want that. So as you can see, Palisa, I'm letting it simmer, and I've added the mushrooms because we all love mushrooms, that flavor that it imparts. The reason why I had to cook them separately is because I wanted to make sure that they cooked and they have that nice umami flavor.
Yes.
But adding them into that also releases some of that umami flavor into the liquid, flavoring them up as well. So we cooked these ahead of time. The reason I did that was because I don't want the starchiness to make the broth cloudy. So that's why I cooked them separately. But you're more than welcome to add the noodles into your dish and cook everything together. But I just prefer my broth to be a little less cloudy. So we're starting with the base of our noodles in there, and then we're going to add...
Yes.
Ooh,
it started to simmer quite nicely. And do you want it to reduce fully, or is that completely up to you?
Not at all. We don't want it to reduce. We want that liquid. May I ask you just to pass me a ladle there? In fact, maybe let me just go ahead and pour it like this so you guys can see all the ingredients I'm adding. Then we're going with the broth, the mushrooms, the garlic, the ginger, and then we're letting everything just get soaked up in there. We're finishing off with our soft-boiled egg. Look at that, baby. Our sesame seeds.
Layer up that chicken, girl. You know the protein is important.
Chicken. The protein is of utmost importance here.
I get to me whilst you're putting on the finishing touches on our delicious chicken and ramen soup. I would like to call Z in because I know that as much as Z is not too much of a meat eater, but every now and then.
Every now and then. I'm a flexitarian.
My girl, and is this something that you could see yourself whipping up for your kids?
You know, I've been told that my iron levels are low and my protein levels are low, so I am actually trying to eat more chicken. So, yes, I would definitely do that.
Love that. And a little bit of heat for that winter cold. We're adding in some chilies, and that is what it is all about. Mzansi, you already know. If you do want to get your hands on this recipe, please do head over to afternoonexpress.co.za. What an incredible show it was, Z.
As always, I learned so much in the show.
Absolutely fascinating information and amazing insights. Tumi, thank you for your help in the kitchen too. Now it is time to say goodbye. Remember, though, you can catch the repeat of the show on Sunday at 8:30 a.m. and we will see you next Tuesday. Bye.
Indulge in Clover's Moy River Pure Salted Butter. Perfect for cooking, baking and spreading. Elevate every dish with Clover Moy River Butter.